Anova School is a parent collaborative which is focused on serving the needs of high ability students. We are a kindergarten through grade 6 school. We will rapidly develop into a pre-kindergarten through grade 12 program. We are very much focused on making sure that the spirit of curiosity and desire to learn and explore is really honored for each student, and enabling them to learn based upon their ability without gating what's possible for them because of their age is a core part of our approach and belief set. When we initially kicked this off in the fall of 2009, we expected we'd be just one classroom, and we expected we'd sublet from a church potentially. Very quickly became apparent that the need is so massive that we had to, even our very first year, open with 3 classrooms. At Anova, we believe that learning should occur based upon ability, not age. We believe that you shouldn't have rigid adherence to a specific curriculum, and we really believe that you should be led by students' motivation set, interests, and passions. When people think about gifted education, one of the key definitions nationally is that gifted education is appropriate for students whose ability sets supersede the program that they're in. So that is how we define it, and why we're focused on serving these high ability kids in our state. At Anova, we believe in boundless learning. We have several different facets that are core to our curriculum philosophy. One really important facet is the notion of an individualized learning plan. Every child will have one. At the beginning of the year, we'll evaluate really where they are currently and build a plan for them around that ILP that will be the touchstone for their learning for the year, so that they can be with age mates, but they can also learn based upon their ability, even if the ability is really different from their age mates. We also believe in interdisciplinary learning. So this idea that science is separate from math, which is separate from social, we don't buy that. We really believe that things are linked. So we're using a philosophy and a learning approach which is thematic, which is project-based and experiential. And activities will be built to support learning across all disciplines that again map back to the ILP for each student. We also are using a flexible grouping approach, especially in math, where there is some amount of order that you need to go through as you're learning new content. So when we evaluate our students and we figure out who maps to who, we may end up doing flexible groupings across some of the multi-age classrooms. You may end up with a 6-year-old in a math group with a 10-year-old. That's okay. At Anova, everybody is great at different things, is working on different things. We have a culture where that's just fine. And that way each child can really learn what's appropriate for them. Another very important aspect to our program are small class sizes. We're targeting 13 students per class, and that's something that we're really planning to stick to. At Anova, we have several different profiles of students. One is your classically gifted, synchronously developing student who's good academically in all areas, typically gets good grades. The risk of that student, if you're not really putting them in a gifted education program, is that they're still not actually achieving at their potential level. They still can be bored. They still can really not go to where they could go, possibly. The second type of profile for Anova are creatively gifted students. Their brains may just work in a way that's different. They're not linear, classic, straight-up thinkers. It can be manifested as artistic giftedness, as musical giftedness. The risk for them is that typically schools don't honor and address this talent as a kind of core piece of who this child is and what their identity should be built around and their self-esteem should be built around. Another type of profile is the disappearing student, that perhaps when they were a first grader, it was really clear they were high ability, but now that they're a fourth grader, they kind of seem like everybody else. And there's been pressure to fit in with the peer group, with teacher expectations, with whatever it is. But those kids, they can disappear. They can disappear at a really young age. We really embrace a multiple intelligences approach. So we have students who are fantastically ahead achievement-wise in the academic realms. We have students who are creatively gifted in artistic and musical and mindset realms. And we also have students who are gifted in social emotional realms, which can manifest itself as effective leadership, as kids who are really centered and grounded in knowing who they are and being conscious of the impact they have on others. All these types of intelligence are something that we focus on for every student at Anova.